Most people think fluency means speaking fast. Let me ask you, when you hear a native colleague speak English well, are they actually speaking faster than you?
Honestly, no. Some of them speak slower than me. They just sound smoother.
Exactly. Fluency isn't speed, it's flow. And flow comes from three very specific habits.
Okay, real talk. I have spent years trying to speak faster. Years. And it never made me sound more fluent. It just made me harder to understand.
Right, so today we drop the speed obsession. Three habits: chunks, bridges, strong endings. And once you hear them, you'll never go back. Welcome to Say It in English. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Tom. And if you're learning business English and you want to sound more confident at work, you are in exactly the right place.
Every episode, we take one real skill and we break it down. No textbooks, no grammar drills, just the kind of English that actually works in real meetings, real emails, real conversations.
And today's episode, I'm genuinely excited about this one because Lexi is going to explain something that I wish someone had told me a long time ago. 3 habits, that's it. 3 habits that make you sound fluent and confident at work.
And before we get into the habits, I want to say one more time, because this is the whole idea behind the episode, fluency isn't speed, it's flow. When you sound fluent, it's not because you're talking fast, it's because your speech moves smoothly. There are no big stops, no awkward breaks. The listener never feels lost. That's flow, and that is 100% learnable.
Okay, habit 1, let's go.
Now, here's the trick. Native speakers don't think in words. They think in phrase groups. So instead of saying each word one by one, they group 3, 4, 5 words together and say them as one smooth unit.
Okay, so what does that actually mean? Give me an example.
Sure. Take this phrase, based on what we discussed. 5 words. A non-native speaker might say it like this. Listen. Based on what we discussed. You hear that? Each word gets its own little pause. It sounds choppy.
Yeah, I know that pattern. I've done that pattern.
We all have. Now here's the same phrase said as one chunk. You glue it together. It becomes one unit. Based on what we discussed. That's how a native speaker says it. Not 5 separate words, one flowing group.
That's a big difference, just from grouping the words together.
Huge difference. And once you start training yourself to think in chunks, your whole speech pattern changes. Because now, instead of going word, pause, you're going chunk, tiny breath, chunk. That's what flow actually sounds like.
So let me try the before version first. Imagine someone in a meeting saying, I think we should move forward based on what we discussed. That's painful to listen to, right?
It really is. And the person saying it probably knows exactly what they want to say. The problem isn't their vocabulary. It's just that word-by-word delivery breaks the flow.
Right. So now the after version. Chunks. I think we should move forward based on what we discussed. That's it. 2 chunks, easy to follow, sounds natural.
Perfect. Okay, listeners, this is your shadow drill. We're going to say that sentence twice. Say it with us, out loud if you can. Ready? I think we should move forward based on what we discussed.
Good. I think we should move forward based on what we discussed. Nice. If you said that with us, that was real practice.
And the key thing to remember from habit 1, glue your phrase groups together based on what we discussed. 1 unit, not 5 words, 1 unit. Let me give you 2 more to practice before we move on. Try this one. Moving forward with the plan. Say it as one smooth group. Moving forward with the plan. And here's another common one. I just wanted to follow up. 1 chunk. I just wanted to follow up. These are phrases you probably already know. The goal isn't new vocabulary, it's to stop treating each word as separate. Once you rewire your brain to group them together, your whole delivery speeds up naturally without you trying to go fast. The chunks do the work for you. Got it? Great. Let's move to habit 2.
Habit 2. And wait, hold on. I actually want to ask about something specific here before we get into it, because this one is very real for me. What if I genuinely need time to think mid-sentence? Like the thought isn't ready yet. Doesn't that just sound like I'm struggling?
That is the exact right question. And the answer is it depends on what you do during that moment. There's a big difference between thinking out loud and silent struggling. Silent struggling sounds like this. You stop, you freeze, maybe you say, um, um, and the listener starts to feel uncomfortable. They don't know if you're finished or lost.
Yeah, and that discomfort spreads. The listener feels it too.
Exactly. But thinking out loud bridges are different. They're short phrases that keep the conversation moving while your brain catches up. Phrases like, the way I'd look at this is, or let me put it this way, or what I mean is, these phrases tell the listener, I'm still here, I'm still thinking, keep listening. You sound in control, even when you're buying yourself a few seconds.
That's actually a big mindset shift. The bridge fills the space, so the silence never really appears.
Um, I, I think, it could be a good idea, maybe.
Painful. I've been that person in that meeting.
We all have. Now, after, with a bridge, the way I'd look at this is it could be a strong move for the team. Same hesitation moment, same thinking time, but the bridge makes it sound deliberate, confident, like you were choosing your words carefully, not searching for them desperately.
That's a completely different impression. Same information, totally different feel.
Totally different. Okay, shadow drill time. Listeners, say this with us. We'll do it twice. Here we go. The way I'd look at this is it could be a strong move for the team.
The way I'd look at this is it could be a strong move for the team. And you can swap out that ending for anything. The bridge is what matters. The way I'd look at this is use it next time you need a second to think.
Other great bridges to keep in your toolkit? Let me put it this way. What I mean is, the thing to keep in mind is, so if you think about it, these are all phrases that give you a moment and keep your listener engaged. And here's something important. Don't wait until a high-stakes moment to try bridges for the first time. Practice using them in low-pressure conversations first. A quick check-in with a colleague, a casual coffee chat. When your brain gets comfortable reaching for a bridge in relaxed settings, it will start doing it automatically when the pressure is high. That's how a technique becomes a reflex. That's the power of a bridge. It doesn't hide the pause, it transforms it.
Okay, I love that one. Habit 3. And Lexi, I feel like this is the one I see even advanced speakers get wrong. The trailing off thing. You know, someone says something pretty good, and then at the end it just fades? I've actually caught myself doing it when presenting to my own team. You build up to a strong point, you're almost there, and then somehow the confidence just drains out in the last 2 seconds. The idea lands soft instead of landing strong.
Yes, and this is habit 3. Finish your sentences strong. Don't trail off. This is one of the most common things I see. Even with speakers who have great vocabulary and good grammar, they get to the end of their thought, and instead of landing on it clearly, they fade out with something like, or something, or I don't know, or yeah. And when you do that, all the good stuff you said before gets a little lost.
It's like a strong sentence that trips over its own ending.
Exactly. And once you start hearing it, you'll notice it everywhere. Confident speakers always land on the real point. They say their thing, and then they stop. No apology at the end, no filler, just the point, and then silence. That silence after a strong ending actually sounds powerful. It tells the listener, that was the point. I meant it.
Okay, before demo, someone in a presentation saying, I think this approach could save us a lot of time and resources, and it could be good for the project. Or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yikes. That was rough even to say.
Right, and the content was actually fine. The idea was solid, but that ending completely undercut it. Now, the after version. Same sentence, strong ending. This approach could save us significant time and resources, and that's exactly what the project needs right now. Full stop. Done. No apology, no fade, no, I don't know. You land on your point and you own it.
Night and day difference. And honestly, the strong ending version sounds more confident, even if the person had no idea what was going to come out of their mouth 2 seconds earlier.
That's actually the trick of it. The strong ending creates confidence even when you don't feel 100% sure. You commit to the last word and the listener hears certainty. Okay, shadow drill, twice. Listeners, with us. This approach could save us significant time and resources, and that's exactly what the project needs right now.
This approach could save us significant time and resources, and that's exactly what the project needs right now. Feel that? That's what landing on your point sounds like. Strong, clear, done.
And here's a quick thing to practice between now and your next meeting. Before you speak, just know your last word. Not your whole sentence, just the last few words you want to end on. Because when you know your landing point, you're much less likely to trail off into or something. Yeah. You can also try this at home. Finish your sentences out loud. Notice whether you're landing cleanly or drifting off at the end. Just noticing is a huge first step, because once you hear it, you can start changing it.
Okay, real talk. That tip alone is worth the whole episode. Know your landing point before you start. That's gold.
It really is. All right, let's do a quick recap before we wrap up. 3 habits. Habit 1, speak in chunks. Group your words together into flowing units, based on what we discussed, not 5 separate words, one smooth unit.
Habit 2, use thinking out loud bridges. When you need a moment to think, use a phrase like, the way I'd look at this is, or let me put it this way. Keep the conversation moving. Sound deliberate, not lost.
And habit 3, finish strong. End on your real point, then stop. No trailing off, no apologies, no yeah, just the point and silence. And remember, the big idea behind all 3, fluency isn't speed, it's flow. These 3 habits create flow, and flow is what makes you sound confident.
Before we go, one question for you. Which of these 3 habits are you going to try first? Is it chunks, bridges, or strong endings? Think about it, because picking one and actually using it tomorrow, that's how real change happens.
And if you found this episode useful, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a new episode. We drop new content every week, and every episode is built around one real, practical English skill you can use at work right away. And if you have a topic you'd like us to cover, a meeting phrase, a presentation skill, a specific situation you keep running into at work, drop it in the comments. We genuinely read them, and some of our best episodes have come directly from listener questions. So tell us what you're working on.
Thanks so much for being here, genuinely. Learning a language takes courage and consistency, and the fact that you're here means you have both.
We'll see you in the next one. Keep going. Your English is better than you think. Bye.